And the crazy part is, you have no idea how many people do not realize that they are disconnected from their self, completely disconnected from their self. They're doing things, they don't even know why they're doing it, but they're on autopilot. Welcome to Brown Girls Need Healing Too, the podcast where we dive deep into the journey of healing, transformation, and radical self love. I'm Kiana, and I'm here to help you break free from trauma, reconnect with your inner peace, and step boldly into the life you deserve. This is your space to feel seen, heard, and supported as we explore the tools, stories, and practices that will help you reclaim your power and rewrite your story. Because healing isn't just for some of us, it's for all of us. And brown girls need healing too. It's 5 o'clock and Trevor and Grant are sleeping, so I really wanted to capitalize on this time to record an episode because it's been so long. I have not been on this in so long and I miss it. It's like, lotion. When your skin is dry and you don't use lotion and you miss it. And after a while of not using lotion, you start to itch really bad. But okay, so listen, I know I say this about every episode, but I mean this time. This one is one of my favorite episodes, and I feel like it's for me and it's for everyone. This episode is for everyone because how many times in life have you felt stuck? I have felt stuck and lost so many times in my life, so many times. And each time I remember feeling so sad about it, right? And recently, I've been working with, I tell you guys all the time, I'm in therapy and I talk to my therapist about everything. And I remember when I first started therapy, I actually said, hey, hey, therapist, I'm here because, one, I really don't know why I'm here, but I feel like I lack a general direction in life. Mind you, I've had so many different careers. I've done so many different things in my life that a lot of people will never get to experience. And I've gotten to do all of those things. And somehow at 31 years old, I still felt like I was lost. I felt like I was exploring everything in life and nothing called to me. I felt like I would start a job and I would love it, and then all of a sudden I would hate it and it's not for me. Or, I would start friendships and they would be amazing. And over time, I just realized that, maybe those people aren't for me, or whatever the case, we're going in two different directions in life. But at the root of all of that, I struggled with feeling lost a lot in life. And at any age, you can feel this way. Graduating from high school, you can feel lost. Leaving a relationship, you can feel lost. Leaving a job, you can feel lost. Moving to a new city, you can feel lost. Or even being at the same job for 10 years and you finally wake up one day and feel lost. But this is going to be the episode for you because I am going to provide you with one of the most beautiful, soul hugging things you can do for your mind, body, and soul. And I am so ready to dive into it. In 2023, there was a study done by Gallup, and this study found that 60% of people worldwide felt disengaged from their work in their personal life and a general sense of their purpose. 60% of people. This means that 1 in 3 people feel lost. Can you imagine that? If you're listening to this, I know you have an instance where you feel lost, or maybe you feel lost right now. And here's the shitty thing about feeling lost, it does not feel good at all. Feeling lost, feeling stuck, feeling stagnant almost feels like life is passing you by and things are happening and it's just like not affecting you, like water off of a duck's back, it doesn't even affect you. And that can be so depressing for a lot of people. I know it was for me at one point in my life. However, this is a podcast about healing, and we are not victims, and we turn every situation into a solution because everything that happens to us is not happening to us for no reason. There is a reason and there is a lesson to learn. And I just want to put a disclaimer out there. Feeling lost is a completely normal part of this human experience. It is completely normal. So if there have been any instances where you felt lost, or you feel lost right now, give yourself grace and realize that feeling lost is just a mirror, and it is a notice to yourself saying, hey, I need to work on myself and I need to look within. So, a lot of the times, the reason why people end up feeling lost is because of life transitions, such as divorces, job changes, their children get old and move out of the house, breakups, a number of things, or even reaching all of the goals that one has set for themselves and discovering that after they've reached all of their material goals, that they still come up feeling quote unquote empty. After a lot of deep reflection and journaling and meditating and asking myself the right questions, I realized that every single time in my life where I felt lost was simply because I was disconnected from myself. I realized that every time I felt lost, I was living for someone other than myself. Can you relate to that? We live in a society where we have been quote unquote domesticated. And if you don't know what I mean when I say domesticated, I highly suggest you read The Four Agreements. It is one of the most profound books I have ever read, and it is life changing. And to be honest with you, I think you have to be at a certain point in your life, in a certain point of your self awareness journey to hear the book because you will miss the message if you're not there. But I realized I was living my life for other people, doing things to please other people, doing things that other people like doing because I thought that's what I like doing too, but in reality, I really didn't. I had to ask myself, why do I want to do this? Why do I want to do this job? Why do I want to work so hard? Why do I think I have to hustle and bustle? Why do I think I need to be a cop? Like, why do why am I joining the military? Why am I, why am I going to school? And I realized, that all of those reasons, although some of them were solidified by my choices, they were unconsciously, what is it called when they were unconsciously influenced by others. It wasn't what I truly wanted to do. And ask yourself, like, hey, why am I at this job? Does this job make me happy? Or why am I in this relationship? Does this relationship make me happy? What am I doing to get in my own way? That is a question you want to ask yourself. So, if you have felt stuck or you feel stuck, the simple solution is to focus on yourself. Focus on yourself. What do you want? When I feel lost, the best thing that I do for myself, it works every single time. I go within, I meditate, I start working out, I start becoming conscious about the things I'm putting into my body. I'm taking my supplements. I am working on personal development for Kiana 2.0. And I promise you, it will never steer you wrong. It will never steer you wrong. If you got out of a relationship and you're confused on why it ended and what it means for you in your life, be sad. but also work on yourself. If you're at a job that you're not happy about and you're not ready to leave, that's okay. It's okay. Don't force yourself into situations where you make emotional decisions and then you end up jobless. No. If you're going to stay at this job until you find another job, stay. But work on yourself. Read books. Read books. If you don't like reading, I highly suggest you get an Audible subscription, and I suggest you listen to something positive and uplifting almost every day. If you can't do every day, that's fine. Do every other day. If you can't do every day, do it once every 3 days. And if you can't commit to that, do it once a week. Do whatever feels best to you, but always make it a point to work on yourself. Do something for yourself every single day. Feed yourself, feed your soul, feed your body, and feed your mind. You will never go wrong by working on you. The world that we live in is built to distract us. It's made to distract us, to push us into consumerism. It is made to get you to buy. That's why everywhere you look and everything you look, people are marketing to you. Advertising is everywhere. But what happens is when you log into Instagram and you look at other people's happy lives and you look at only the positives of someone's life, what that does is it disconnects you from yourself. And the worst thing that you could do for yourself is be disconnected. And the crazy part is, you have no idea how many people do not realize that they are disconnected from their self. Completely disconnected from their self. They're doing things, they don't even know why they're doing it, but they're on autopilot. And this is why you begin to feel lost after some time of doing the same shit over and over and over again. You realize you don't know what you're doing, you don't know where you're going, and you feel lost because you are disconnected from what you want. And here's the thing, society teaches us to get the answer elsewhere. Do you know how many commercials you see for medication? Like, if you suffer from psoriasis or depression or anxiety, take this pill. You may get the side effects of depression, anxiety, or suicidal thoughts, but this medication will cure you of your affliction. Society teaches us that the solution is buying something. Oh, you can't mop your floors. You need this spiffy new mop that has 3 additional heads and comes with packed in soap scrubbers. Society pushes us to find solutions in the outer world when in all reality, the answers that you seek are always going to be within. When you feel lost, the reason why your outer world starts looking crazy is because your outer world is just a reflection of your inner reality. So if you feel lost internally, your outer world is going to reflect that, and it's going to give you more things and more situations to question and more circumstances to be lost about. That is why, again, if you are lost, look for the answers within. Ask yourself, hey, what do I want for myself in this situation? You can apply that question to any situation, any situation. If you're not happy with your job, ask yourself, what do I want in this situation? And you will get the answer. Our brains are goal achieving machines, meaning if you ask yourself a question, your brain is not going to stop until you get the answer. It works every single time, but you have to be prepared to ask yourself the right question in order to get the right answer. And you have to be able to be honest with yourself. There's a quote by Mark Twain, and it goes something like this: a man cannot be comfortable without the approval of himself. And that is so true because a lot of people search for external validation from people, places, or material items, and you can only get that real validation from yourself. You have to approve of yourself first. And when you do that, you set yourself free. when you work on yourself, your world automatically starts falling into place. So if you are lost and you don't know what to do, go to the gym, go for a walk, do anything that brings you happiness. That is the key. Do anything that brings you happiness and do it as much as you possibly can. And eventually, your goal achieving mind of a machine will give you the solution that you're asking for. It will guide you to where you are supposed to be. It will act as your compass for what you truly want in life. Your highest self will thank you later. Thank you for listening to us. So, if you're listening to this episode, just know that feeling lost is not an inclination to start panicking. It is a text message notification to yourself saying, hey, it's time to look inward. Today's episode was amazing, and I thank you so much for listening. I know that this was extremely helpful for you because everyone at one point in their lives have felt lost. Now, the greatest thing that you can do for yourself and for others is to give the gift of healing. If you are listening to this, please share it with someone that you know is struggling to find their way or is struggling to know who they are. Share this episode because you never know what they can hear that will radically change their life. If you're listening to this on Amazon or Spotify, please rate my show. It's going to help me get this podcast out to people who need to hear this message, just like us. If you're listening on YouTube, please leave a comment. I definitely read every single one. And thank you so much for listening. I love you, and I'll see you in the next episode.